Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
Marvel Avengers Hero Rush is a mass-produced game. I got it at the local Target store, and it comes with some pretty neat big plastic miniatures, or really they're toys, of Hulk, Iron Man, and Black Panther. And I thought those three were an odd set to pick. Like, I was surprised that Captain America wasn't in there because he's kind of the face of Marvel Avengers. But they decided to go with Black Panther, Iron Man, and the Hulk, with not bad choices, but I was a little surprised by that. This is a real-time game where you're flipping the heroes over with sand timers on them, and you're trying to randomly get a card from the deck. This is strictly just a kid's game, and probably a young kid's game. My kids, 10 and 7, kind of liked it. We had a really good time. They didn't complain about it. But what they couldn't see was, once you're at a certain age, I'm not really sure, you can move pretty slow in this game. And there's a lot of flipping over, and everything's moving really quickly, and you're drawing it over. Strictly kid stuff, but it was a really fun experience. I think we had a really good time. I think with younger kids, they're going to like this a lot better. My youngest son, who is almost 2, loves just playing with the superheroes that came with it. They're very thick plastic. They're much more durable than a miniature that you would see in a board game. They're toys in all respects. So the game is okay. I find if you're looking for a real-time game, you want something that plays really quickly. I mean, you can probably play this in 5 or 10 minutes and you want to get things moving, and it has the Marvel universe on it. This would be it. Very simple to teach. Kids can play on their own, and the components are durable. At least the miniatures are. So pretty good package, but let me temper your expectations. Mass market product here. And it's a very simplistic game, very easy to teach, and anyone can play this one. So here is Marvel Avengers Hero Rush, the game. You can see a very striking box. It's going to attract little kids, the Iron Man and Black Panther, and there's a promise of the Hulk being in there. Weird they didn't establish all 3 of them on the front. I mean, they did with the picture, but not with the miniatures. So if you're looking at this, you're probably not sure you're going to get the Hulk in it or not. It's a mass market box, but it's pretty sturdy, actually. It's held up pretty well. You're going to have these 2 that will pop in here. These aren't the greatest of miniatures, but they do come pre-painted. Be very honest, I have a 1-year-old who'll be 2 in June, loves playing with these. And like whether we kept this game or not, we had already decided that he was going to take these properties and be able to play with them. You're going to have a bunch of cards in here that you're going to have. The quality's okay. I think they're pretty thin. I think if you're going to keep them and play with them a lot, you would think you would want to sleeve them, but you just can't. It's just with the speed of the game, you can't have them sticking together. You're going to have a rule set, which we'll take a look at in a minute. Then you're going to open this up, and you're going to get even more stuff inside. So this is just cardboard. It works fine. This is the board you'll be playing on. Here is the Hulk. He was inside. For some reason, I didn't want to do that. They have these sand timers, which are really nice, very durable when you're playing. I think they have a little bit too much sand on them, to be honest, to make it a really, really strong game. You're going to have these Avenger tokens. This will be like your victory points that you have. A little thin, but they're fine. The kids are fine with them. You know, if you have plenty, if you lose a couple here and there, they have the Avenger signal. I like the artwork on this. You have the 4 bad guys. So you have Red Skull, Loki, Thanos, and Ultron, which I think are the 4 big ones from the MCU. Even though this is the comic book look of it, they hit the right ones that people would know that was looking for this sort of game in this market. Are presented in black and white without a lot of circumstance here. The other side is just a different language. This is your English side. So I'll tell you how to click in the time things and a setup of how to play. I found it a little confusing, to be honest. I kind of had to think it through a little bit. I went online and saw a video, believe it or not, to make sure I had it down. But the rules are here. It's really that simple. But I had to watch a video on it, and hopefully this video will help you learn how to play it, because I found a couple of things really confusing. And it didn't have, it just wasn't as clear. When you watch the video and you go back and read this, you think, heck, it was all there. But first time I read through, I was a little uncertain of what I was doing. But otherwise, I mean, it's 3 or 4 sentences, that's it. So to set the game is up pretty easy. You put the board there. You can put the people in any random space that you want to. And then you will also put the sand timers, and they will just kind of click right in there. And you want to start the game over like this. Now, the rule book wasn't fantastic, and it wasn't really that clear that when you're moving them, you're going to turn the actual characters upside down, which doesn't make a lot of sense. The rule book never actually explains that. I learned that in a video. The rules weren't that clear on it. So let me show you how to play. You're going to shuffle the deck up. The first player to get 3 of these Avenger tokens will win the game. It's very easy to play. So it's a timed game. So when you start the game, what you'll do is you'll flip one of these guys over and the sand timer will go. If the sand timer ever ends on one of these guys while you're in the middle of a turn, then the player will move on to the next person and you will not score a point. Otherwise, you flip over a card and you take one of these people, you flip them over, and you put them on either Loki or Red Skull in this case. And 2 people can be in the same location. This says Hero Right. I randomly drew that. That would allow me to score an Avenger token, and then it would move to the person on my right. Then they would just keep going. You don't reset any of the timers. I have to flip anybody I want over to Loki. Once again, if anybody runs low on these, then your turn will end and things will move on. He would keep going. I can move whoever I want. So I'll flip Iron Man again, put him on Loki. Maybe I'll take this guy, put him on Ultron. And this just continues until somebody gets 3 of these. So this is all it is. You're just flipping this over. Free move. I can move somebody anywhere I want. Maybe I'll move him over to Thanos. And obviously, you're on a timer here, so the Hulk is running out. Ooh, I need to move Hulk as quickly as possible. Free move. I saved it, but I didn't. He ran out, so my turn is over. That's what you're doing. When you get these cards, as clear as I can see from the rules, this randomly comes up. You score one of those Avenger tokens, then play moves either left or right, so you have to be ready to go. When it's your turn, so if it passed to me, I immediately just pick somebody up and turn them over. Anybody that I want. It's called a free life, and you continue going. You get 3 of these Avenger tokens, you win the game. Who should buy this game? Strictly for kids here, that's what we're looking at. Especially kids who like these 3 characters, Iron Man, Black Panther, and the Hulk. If your kid's a Captain American fanatic, he's not in this game, so just kind of be aware of that you're looking strictly at these 3 characters, and it's a real-time game.
Thanks for watching the video. I really appreciate you tuning in. If you liked it, please like it and hit that little subscribe button. That really helps out the channel, lets us know that you're getting the videos that you want. If you agreed or disagree with what I said, feel free to comment below. I'd love to hear what you have to say, and I promise that I will comment back. Thanks for watching, and everybody else, keep playing.